Okay, lots of events companies have the reputation, if you speak to their salespeople, they'll say whatever is needed to be said to get you to do the deal. How did you find the process of dealing with those?
I found the process, first of all, very different to what I'm used to. I could feel that the folks from Osni, especially you, Nick, you kind of make the difference by really getting involved. You kind of care about what we're going to get back as a return when we get to your event. So it's not just about the traditional stand, it's not about the brochure, it's really getting us connected with very interesting people at your conference. We're now almost at the end of the conference, and I can just confirm that it completely lived up to the expectations. We haven't met 5 people, we haven't met 10, we haven't met 15, we haven't met 45, of which 40 of them told us that they would like to have a follow-up meeting. So this is just a great result.
Okay, and in terms of the quality of the content of the event, how have you found it and how have you found it compared with other events you go to?
I think a great decision was to try and limit speakers to 20 minutes. Everybody's used to the 30 to 40 minute speaker slot. You could still feel that some people kind of struggle with it, including myself. But you had good coaches and good chairpersons on the ground to kind of remember us of the 20-minute time slot. It makes it more energetic, makes it more fast-paced, which is kind of more linked to the way people do business today and the attention span they have. So that's what I very much enjoyed. It really boosted the quality and the stuff that you get out of it.
And how about the quality of the speakers themselves?
Yeah, I think a great selection's been done. I mean, in all honesty, there's always speakers that appeal more than others, but on average, the ones that I've seen from Philips, from Diageo, from MasterCard especially, really appealed to me. The way they came in, the experience they shared. These are also people at the highest level. It's not just, with all due respect, a specialist in learning from Siemens. No, you're bringing the top people from the top companies around the world.
And how did that translate into your terms of the quality of the conversations? And what I mean is the type, about how did the type of the conversation you have here feel different to what you can have in other places?
First of all, we are talking to the right people. So we're talking to people who can make decisions. Also people who, in their roles, should be looking into innovation and how things in talent management HR are going to be shaped in the next 5 to 10 years. As we are developing tools for the future, very innovative, I need to speak to people that have a vision and that need to think about the future. If I just talk to executors, they'll tell me, this seems to be good stuff, but it's not what I need to be doing right now. I've got a business to take care of or a unit. These are people, executive vice presidents, CEOs, etc., who are really generally interested in innovation, and to me, they're great people to talk to.
And what I'm after here is, our aim here is to be able to set it up so they don't just feel like transactional sales conversations, that you're positioned as an expert where it's a more consultative, so they're open. Did you feel that in terms of the type of conversation?
Yeah, and really before the conference, I really had no clue how that would actually work. I mean, you offered us this delegate system. I was positively surprised that a lot of people accepted the invitation. So I guess you also encouraged them, and you've also kind of explained how the concept works. So we very much benefited from a 20-minute talk, not a commercial talk, but a talk between experts in HR about the challenges people were facing. So we could really position ourselves as colleagues, as peers, talking about challenges, leave the commercial talk behind, maybe for a second meeting. So that just gave a whole different kind of flavor and touch to the conversation.
And central to our values is service. Yeah, we want to make money and all that, but we want people to feel that we care and are passionate about giving service. To what degree did you feel you were supported, right? To what degree did you feel that service ethic?
I can give you a long story, but I think I've asked you 3 times if you're really going to go ahead with that conference in November in London. So I think that says enough.
How do you mean?
We'd love you to go and organize more conferences, and we'd like to encourage you to do that because we'd love to be part of it.
Okay.
So I think that says enough about the service we received.
And you mentioned it earlier, but how many meetings were you promised and how many did you actually have?
I was promised something like 7 or 8 meetings in the delegate system, but by being at different tables, by sitting next to people at lunch, in total I spoke to about 25 people, and then I had 2 colleagues here who spoke to another 20 or 25. So in total we spoken to about 50 people.
And I think you mentioned, what's the expectation of how many follow-up meetings you will get from this?
I've got at least 20 confirmed today with dates. And it can only go up from there because there's still quite some people that we have to get in touch with for a follow-up meeting.
And this question is really difficult because it's on the day of the event, and I'll ask you again in 3 months, in 6 months, in 12 months. What would be your best guess of what this will mean in terms of business for you in the long term, specifically from this event?
I mean, we knew that we had a good product, we knew that we had a good price, we knew that we had a good positioning, but the fourth P in marketing or sales we don't have a shop, so we don't have a place. So you guys offered us a shop, so we were able to go out with a product, and we felt that made an amazing difference. So it's not just a few guys in an office crunching a new tool for HR, we actually were able to get out, and that kind of doubled our pipeline, I would say. So it's difficult to give estimates, but I'm sure we're going to be very busy in summer at the end of the year running those projects and deals that we all started here.
So there are a huge number of events that people could go to. If someone was thinking about us, what would you say to them?
I'd say consider it big time. Make sure though that you approach it in a way that you guys suggested. It's not a commercial event. You go and talk as experts. So if you don't have much to say about HR, if you're really just a salesperson, with all due respect, maybe this is not the perfect place to be. You just go to a fair. That's probably a better place. If you enjoy talking HR, if you enjoy meeting them, if you enjoy talking about the challenges, and hey, you got a great product as well, which you can pitch in a second meeting or at the end of your kind of conversation, this is the perfect place.